Well, back in. Hang on, searching because we don't have a lot, do we? I will need to throw that away because I was using that for something on a. Yeah, that's fine. So when I have to go and fix anything on the server side, then I'll throw away anything that I got as part of that fixing because I didn't obtain it on stream or fairly. Because obviously me spawning things in doesn't make it a fair gaming experience. So me finding that hammer, thrown away, in a few seconds it'll be gone. So loot up, trader, nails is basically the order of the day. Unless we find a box of nails, and then in which case we're running that home. Everything. How are you, John? You having a good day? Ah. That changes the game. I think we're just going home. I blame the server owner. Big pink fucking rucksack on my back. Worth having. Glowing so pink, it's showing off pink wherever I go. We want a fishing kit. Not like this glow. That'll be the reason then. Thanks, John. You still enjoying the map, John? or the server. Just gathering resources now. We know we've got a restart hitting. We'll sort them all out after restart. Actually, now. Start sorting out some of these resources. Loving it, and Popping Zeds are back. Oh, how I've missed them. Okay, so server restart. When it comes back up, we shall continue. So currently where we are with memberships is I've submitted the request for what I want to charge for membership to YouTube. They need to approve that. I need to write or design the emotes and upload them, design the super chats and upload them. And then once that's all uploaded, then I need approval again from YouTube for them to agree to them, so they don't break any rules like decency laws and such like. Once that's all in place, then we'll have memberships in. Will take up to a month, basically. I can't do a lot until probably Saturday, work-wise. So I'll work on them over the weekend. Then I'll upload them to YouTube, and then it's in the hands of the gods of when they'll agree to them. Or if they don't agree to them, what we do next. Yeah, basically. That's what we're doing in very basic terms. So we'll just carry on streaming as normal till they come in place, and then there'll be a membership button that will appear. Hopefully I can get it linked into Botrix, so it will give me a notification if someone signs up for a membership, which would be nice. No gas zones, but NBC suits are waterproof if you're going swimming. And because you've got gas zombies, you've got a chance of getting the toxic secure, because I think that's fair. You know, people could potentially, in a situation with lots of military zombies, have gas everywhere. So having the toxic cure would give you the chance of getting out of it alive. That's why we sell them and have them available on the server. But there's no classic gas zones at the moment. Doesn't mean they won't come in the future. We've got some ideas with them. You like ideas? What's he up to? Yeah, I get that. What's he up to? Should see what I have planned for next time with the gas zones. You will hate them. Yeah. Oh, and it's fucking snowing. Yeah. Everybody is. Which is why we're never going to be using it again. It seems to be surviving. Just, it seems to be an error. I can't solve it, John, unfortunately. It works in testing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I like it, but I can't. The other option is I wipe the server now. Yeah. And you don't get a server for another 2 weeks while I build everything. I don't have a lot of choices. Can't solve it, unfortunately. But they don't. It doesn't seem to be destroying anything, so we're living with it, if that makes sense. Nothing's getting. We're not losing any stuff. As long as you've got nails in, it seems to be keeping it safe. So we'll sort of live with it. Next wipe, we're just going to go to expansion build. 1 tier, job done. It works. You'll have to build a flag. You'll get nothing for dismantling the flag. It's simple. I just can't. It's only, the trouble is it's only me, and I'm not a programmer. Too heavy to fucking climb now. Oh, you won't be building it. You won't be building it from scratch. It'll be expansion flagpole, so it's easy build, and select your colour of your flag and all that. And that's what we'll then stay with. We just won't be on. Probably won't be on Sakau next wipe. Probably not. We'll probably take a break from Sakau. I want to do a long wipe, which means I need to give you guys a lot more to do. Which means we need, by its very nature, something that's got lots of content. I want players to be able to join and have stuff to do and missions to do and it not be boring. So we'll probably leave Sakau for a little while. We'll come back to it again in the future. Probably a winter Chernarus, because we've not done a Chernarus yet. And it'll be this one here, this winter. So you'll get this same snow, the same ground looking the same. I say probably because I'm still working out which one. Got a few choices. We need food is the next thing realistically. Yeah. One trader in the middle at altar. Make it interesting. Gas zones in. High tier loot in gas zones. You know, all that sort of shit to make it so players are having to think more. But you get a big choice of where you can live. People can take over castles or houses or build independently. And it's a map that every player owns. Most players know, so you're more likely to get a few more people playing it. Yeah, we'll keep that in. I think people like that. I think it's nice. It's a nice mod. Especially on my sort of servers where things are a little bit harder. That little bit of crafting makes life a little bit easier. Yeah. We can add oil rigs in and we can have boats working to take you out to oil rigs and stuff like that. Maybe have a boat trader. Don't know yet. Maybe a boat trader. Nah, bastard game. Probably have key cards back in. I'll guarantee it. Don't mind a cooking pot though. Cooking pot's good because we get hydration then. No, fish. That'll do. Fucking shed loads of metal. Okay, John. I'll come back. But the big thing will be that we can have survivor missions, which will allow us to have, I was speaking about them before, but basically you'll find a radio, put a battery in it, it will come up on the screen saying you to tune to a certain channel to get a mission, tune the channel to that mission, and then if you want to complete the mission there'll be a reward at the end. So it will give players 256 things to do that's running all the time. Which means that after you've built your base and you've got your loot in there and you're done with surviving and shit, and you want something to actually physically do, there's something to do, which can make it much more worthwhile for players. We'll run it with cold. It will still be as cold as this server, but of course lakes won't be frozen. We'll probably run one gas zone. I don't know, you can get them for Deer Isle and Livonia and everything else as well, but I don't know if that's the one. It depends on the server. Different servers use different mission packs, if that makes sense. Not everybody uses the same missions or the same mission thing, and you don't know. No, the key cards is a different thing. Key cards is a completely different thing. So that's a different mod. So I could run that mod as well, which I probably will. And I'll just make maybe police stations out of bounds for building. And then we'll have police stations have chests in them, more than likely. That's a downside to using the base building, the key chests, because people want to build wherever they want to build, and it's a lot easier if I can just let them build everywhere. But if we go to a more expansion based experience, I can lock down certain areas and stop people building there. I quite like the idea of key chests. Have them reset every server restart. People collect keys all over the map off dead zombies, and then have to go off and find the key, or find the chest, open it, maybe with an alarm attached, so when you open it you get the that can be heard for like 2 kilometers away. I might even build a custom keycard room, don't know yet. So it's like a little bunker that you need to go into. They're part of the same mod, basically, so if I have one, I can choose to have the other. It just takes a lot of work for me to set it up. That's the downside. So, but I'll be on leave from the... in 2 weeks' time, I'll be on leave, basically. Fuck me, yes please. Probably one toxic zone, haven't decided where yet. Maybe Tissy. Because Tissy's high tier, so sitting it into a toxic zone makes sense. So people that want the best tier gear will have to have a full NBC suit. Obviously a large rucksack, maybe not this one, but a large rucksack or something to carry your NBC suit in. But I want it stable, and I want a long wipe. I want to be able to put it on and forget it, as horrible as that sounds. Just so it's in and it's working and there's not problems all the time. And then I can get on with creating other content. Got a question. Can you build a server and run another server at the same time? Not on the package I own. I'd have to rent 2 servers. So at the moment the answer to that is no. Because I don't have the funds to do it. When I've got the laptop up and running, then I could develop a server on that, but it's not going to be used for that, and I don't want to be forced to use for that. The reason I'm going to have the laptop up and running is so I can film content. So I want to have a server that is local, that I won't have on all the time. So it will just have like 1 slot. I can add a mod to it, and then I can go in and do content on that mod, maybe a base building mod, and then produce a video on how to use that base building mod, and then I can take that mod off and put another mod on and make a different video. But it won't be anything people can play. It'll be something that I just have that runs. When I eventually buy a house, when the inevitable happens with Mum, and I have very fast internet, we will have our own server hub. So we'll have to have 1,000 down and sort of 300 up, but we will have our own server. So then what I've got here now would be free. And then we could have a development server. So I could develop a server before going live, so the switchover would be very quick. And there's a few other games I would host as well. So there'd be a little bank of games that people could play if they wanted to. No, answer your question, it won't fit in there. I mean, this server costs me, even when we switch to the new version, so the 10 slot version after Christmas, this will still cost me 200 and something pounds a year, or a 20 slot. Well, 10 slot will be about 220 pound a year. So it isn't a cheap option by any means. Gonna need another fire. Industrial. I bet it was an interesting walk back to base, but you got quite cold. I'm no fan of these rucksacks at all. Obviously, if we have the trader again, won't be a safes trader. Next wipe, we're never going to have safe traders. That's never going to happen. I might have collectibles on the map though, so you can find certain items and take them to the trader and get good money for them. Depends how busy the trader is, how busy the server is. But the other reason for going for Chernarus is I've got a mod pack that I can put on there that will change completely how the game works. If I can get it to work. A lot more recipes, a lot more making your own meds and all that sort of stuff. And we can have airdrops on there. But they will only initiate when at least 2 players are on the server. Just so you can't farm them. Hey, I subbed to you when I only had 100-ish subs. Laugh out loud. Hi, Asgar. How are you? That we're going to turn into a pair of gloves. Yeah, I know. We're certainly coming on with the amount of subs. We're getting there. You know, we've hit the 500, which is really nice. So it's heading in the right direction now. Yeah. So I reread it. I had to read it a second time. But yeah, the early days. The early days. It feels like a lifetime ago. But it's what have I got here? About so I'd had a YouTube account for about 3 years and had about 40 something subs. but I hadn't done anything with it. The occasional Fallout video, nothing else. And then it was not last September, September before. So September, October, November, 14 months ago that I decided to sort of do this a bit more seriously. So 14 months from 40 subs up to 505, 506, and then we've lost one today. But 505, it's amazing. Really, really good. Ah, now I remember who you are. Yes, we were talking. Yes, that makes sense now. Yeah, I remember having conversations about your education. Yeah. And you were doing a sales thing, and we were talking about pros and cons of selling, I think, and things that could happen that would go against it. And I didn't know how I was going to be any help, seeing you're the educated one. We need another fire. Reluctant to light a fire outside in bad weather. So we're going to need to find cover. We do need to search that area. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Gonna need a fire reasonably desperately. Got 90 on that. Well, that's all right. I'm happy with that. Unless that was 90 out of 1,000, in which case I'm not happy with it. But no, I'm happy with that. For somebody like me that's not educated overly well, more than happy that I helped. Break that one. Bring that way. Pop that in there for the moment. Grab another one. That's how hard it is to make money. Yeah. That's not changed. Making money is never easy. Pop that in there. That's enough sticks for the fire. Now we need to find somewhere to light a fire. Is that a house? Yes. Oh, awesome. That's really good. Well done. Everything, yeah, it's a start. That's what matters. Yeah, 2 students one day might become 20 or 40 or 60 or 100 or a business employing people to teach English. You just don't know. Yeah. Word of mouth and advertising. Offer the students you have now a discount scheme. So, something like, for everybody they introduce, they get so much off a lesson. Get them to do your advertising for you. My idea? Yes, you dentist. Now I remember. Right, hello zombies. I don't want to chat today. We're going to pop in this house and close the door behind me. There we go. As we say, Goblin Z, baby steps. Yes, baby steps. That's what it's all about. Rome wasn't built in a day. Is that the what? Is that the saying? Am I right there? Put that in there. So we've got a fire lighting kit that is dry. Weapon sales. Let's be honest. I'm good, thank you. And how are you? You know, I'm still working hard, in inverted commas. Still doing the same job. My least favourite colour, fire. My least favourite colour. And see how much stamina I don't have. Message. But it's allowing me to carry a lot of metal, which, if we get it home, will allow a safer door. If I've still got a door. Hear the zombies blowing up. Weapon sales. I hear you, zombies. I know you're interested in chatting. No more climbing for me. Got a long walk home. Do we take that risk of cutting that off? Yes, we'll take the risk. Get the metal home. If the base is still there, build the door into metal, which then allows us then to make our way back to Trader and sell a load of the shit that we've got, including this stupid fucking rucksack. Get ourselves a box of nails and make sure the base will last another 24 hours. That's a pretty good plan, I think. I need to fill my vape for a second, guys. I also need to order more vape juice tomorrow. Tomorrow is payday. Tomorrow is a very important day because we're into emergency funds at the moment. And tomorrow, my yearly bonus drops, which is nice. So I can pay off the 4070 Ti that is still outstanding. Or Super Ti. Oh, helly. But today's not the right day to go after a heli, I don't think. Because I only have 2 shotgun shells and 1 7.62 39. Anyone that knows me well knows that's not a good sign for a heli attack. John, have you found any boxes of nails in the world? Yeah. Or code locks, or have you had to buy them all? Aye, okay. Because they should be spawning on farms. I don't mind that they're a buy item. It makes people all push to one location, which becomes really dangerous. Which actually makes sense. We survived. We've got 2 maps now. We've got one at base and one on me, which is nice. Because we can take a map out on the ground, knowing that we've always got an emergency map. Downside is we're soon going to need water. Upside is we've got emergency water. And emergency chocolate. But we do need some more of those nice tablets, don't we? Yeah, 700. Yes, they are top tier. Those tablets are worth their weight in fucking gold. And welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Don't need it. I say that. Always need it. I'm a goblin. We need every bit of loot. On my Facebook page, I put up about hitting the 500 subs, and my old boss, one of my old bosses from work that's retired now, put up looting goblin ? And I had to explain what a looting goblin was to someone that doesn't get computers. What you really want, guys, is the filtering water bottle. And when you do get one, it will fit your belt slot. Once you've got a belt on there. Or the hip pack that will hold a bottle, it will hold the filtering bottle instead. And then you can just put snow straight in it and drink it once it's melted. So it was safe to drink. No more tablets needed. Hi, Jack. Just bimbling through the undergrowth. Trying to stay alive and get this metal home. And weapons that we'll need to run to trader. But home first to drop the weapons, to drop the metal off. And we'll need another fire because, hey, it's getting cold. How are you, Jack? EFT. I could never get my head round Escape from Tarkov. I really couldn't. I love Grey Zone, but EFT was no too much for me. I get why people enjoy it though. Just not me. Order to get home is what we're aiming for. But at the moment, my time's split between here and Stalker 2. Six, aren't we? Just enough to have a fire. We're not cooking anything, we're just warming ourselves up. Grey Zone, it's actually, I think it's in the Steam sale at the moment, or it's available cheaper if you look around. It's not a stupid amount of money at the moment. But you need Unreal Engine 5, you need a PC that will run it. It drinks graphics cards for breakfast. Maybe it's on CD keys or something like that, it's cheaper, but I believe Fire got it for a good price. If you've got a PC if you've got a graphics chip that'll handle it, it's worth it. If you're into the EFT type games. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And it's worth it. And they've just come up with a nighttime patch, so there's now MVGs available. I think that's just dropped into game, or just about to. Even their PvE mode is fun and bloody hard. But if you like EFT, you'll probably love Grey Zone. We do 2 plus symbols, and then we'll move off. Not that far from home. Yeah, this is my hardcore server. Yeah. My solo nightmare server. And it's not, you know, it's hardcore in a different way. It's hardcore because of the lack of loot. It's hardcore because of what zombies do. It's hardcore because it's freezing. It's a lot colder than standard. It's hardcore because everything spawns in damaged and ruined and... Well, not ruined, but... It's not hardcore in the same way that some of the medical packs make the game hardcore. It's standard medical mechanics. It's hardcore because you need nails to keep your base alive, and that means running to the trader, which is PV, which is the equivalent of a black market trader all the time. You know, it's hardcore because you don't get a map until you find one. You know, it's the DayZ that I would want if I was playing DayZ, and I suppose I am, let's be honest. But it's if you want a nice rucksack, you either buy one or you pick up a free one that's pink and gives away your position. You bastard game. Yeah. Yes, that sounds like my server. So you can rip up clothes with your hands, which then means you can make rope, and if you can make rope, you can fish. Is sort of how you survive. But yeah, people do die on here and go, fuck ever playing that server again. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I have a long time in the game. Doesn't mean that I'm any better at surviving than anyone else. It's a lot of DayZ is about luck. You know, spotting a player first, same as any other game. If I spotted a player now, do I engage with only 3 rounds of ammo, or do I let them go? It's all about choices, isn't it? Right, it's a military checkpoint here. I need to stay clear because we do not have the stuff to fight it. Oh, thanks, Jack. It's always appreciated. It's a little bit harder now because we're on Sakau. I have any clothes to show you I can rip them up. No, but you can basically, if you hold clothes in your hands, you can rip them up. When you get a stack of 6 rags, you can merge it with another stack of 6 rags to make rope. If you merge rope with a long stick, it makes a fishing rod. And then if you cut up a short stick, you can make wooden fishing hooks. You can then dig up a worm using your knife, add the worm to the hook, which is added to the rope and the fishing rod, and then you can fish. Then you can cut the fish up, wash your hands, cook the fish, and you can eat. And as long as you can do that in the first 20 minutes, you'll survive. At the moment, for this one, yes, you need the DLC. But our next wipe, you won't need the DLC for. The next wipe, we're going to go to a map that won't need the DLC. See if we can get some more players playing my version of Nightmareness. It will still be cold, though. It will still be annoying. Things will want to kill you, as well as players. And we're wiping in 2 weeks' time. So at the moment, if you were playing in the next 2 weeks, yes, you'd have to buy it. If you wait until like 3 weeks' time, then you'll be able to play my version without having to pay for the DLC. And it will still be a hardcore winter. But I quite like winter and snow and extreme temperatures of coldness. Oh yeah, rabid bears and zombies that blow up when you randomly, when you kill them. I've got no stamina at the moment because we're carrying so much metal. I probably don't need the amount of metal I'm carrying, but I think we can sell metal back to the trader. I like those hardcore servers because you learn from things like dying of a zombie or simply, yeah. I think if you can play the hardcore versions, the harder versions of Dayz, you can play any server. That's the big thing. You know, people that learn to survive on this could play Dayz on any server. This won't teach you PvP because it's not busy enough. But it will teach you how to evade, how to survive, how to live off the land. It's still a PvP server because I don't do PvE. So if you see a player, kill them. Or don't. Let them live. You know, people make their own choices. But it is a solo server on purpose, so because there's a lot of solo players out there that don't get an opportunity to play servers and feel like they stand a chance because there'll be teams of 6, 12, 18 running around trying to kill them. So here we say solo only. On purpose. It means if you get into a firefight, it's probably going to be you one-on-one. And then you stand a chance. But it means a lot of the toxic players stay away. They have no interest in playing a server that doesn't have a kill feed. Is quite difficult. It's hard to find weapons, or hard to find ammo to go with the weapons that you find. To me, it feels a bit more end of the world. So to me, it's rather than be hardcore, I see it more of this is 12 years after the outbreak. This is what the world might be like. Yeah. And that's the thing. And we have things to help you. If you press pause on the keyboard and go into crafts, you'll see all the things that you can craft and what the recipes are. Go to player stats, it'll show you certain stuff. It'll tell you where are we? So in-game date and time, so you can see when if it's night time coming up. So we do have some help for players. Even if you haven't got a map, the trader is shown to you all the time, so you can always get loot, make your way to the trader, and if you don't get killed at the trader, you can buy and sell. So I'm not completely evil. We just have little things to tweak it a little bit. Yeah. Interesting. Is it on pause break, is it? About 84 kilograms. Yeah, I'm overloaded. So I've got no stamina. Is that metal? But metal is tier 2 door, isn't it? That's massive. And I don't need this much metal, but if we can find a way of storing it, arguably we do need this much metal. Because it means every door I build can be tier 2. As long as I can find the nails to keep me going. I'm not completely evil. Yeah. It's about balance for me. If I put something in horrible, I try and put something in nice as well. Or we mix it up. So like the rucksack. You can find rucksacks in the world, nice rucksacks that hold lots of loot. But they'll be pink or yellow. If you want to get one that isn't pink or yellow, you'll need to buy it or go to a high tier area. So it's about balance. I'd be naturally evil, would I? Don't know if that's good or bad. Yes, that's one way of putting it. But not too hardcore, because there's some servers that I won't play. They're too difficult. For me. It has to be something that I can still make content on. It has to be hard enough to get, as I said before, hard enough that the trolls don't want to play it. But still achievable for anyone that's willing to put a little bit of time in. And somewhere that new players can come and learn on. Now, if you can play this, you can play any vanilla server. Because this takes it to extremes. the severe lack of loot is hard going for players, yeah? People are used to there being more loot in DayZ. We have a 30% nerf on loot. So 30% less loot in the game. But on every server restart, it replaces all the available slots with an item of loot. Up to the maximum amount we allow for the server. So, yes, it is harder. But after a restart, it's like the server's just come up and you're the first player on there. We make the restarts every 6 hours, so players can have a good session without having to be stuck with a restart in the middle. And for people like me that stream, don't have to be broken up with that break. We make it a very long day because players find it difficult to play at night. But night times we make short but very, very dark. So, and very cold. We have the sleep mod in. So you have to think about sleeping. You know, I have weapons spawn in, or everything spawn in damaged or badly damaged, but you can make from 6 rags and some fat from an animal, you can make a weapon cleaning kit and repair your weapons. So get a shotgun, kill a sheep, get some rags, make a gun cleaning kit, clean your shotgun. And that's not a normal DayZ thing, but it's a sense of, if you had some rags and some lard or some fat, you could use that to clean a weapon. So to me it makes sort of sense. It's not going to be as good as gun oil, but it would be better than nothing. But as I said, this is currently the DLC, the paid bit. In 2 weeks' time, we'll wipe, and then when we come back up, it will look the same as this. It just won't be this map, but it will look, the ground will look the same. There'll be the same snow and stuff happening, but it won't be on the DLC version. It'll be on the normal, probably Chernarus, more than likely. I've not done a Chernarus wipe in about 3 years. Run a Chernarus server. So it'd be nice to do a wipe on Chernarus server. Let's see if we've still got a base. Or whether I ran out of nails. That is the question. So on this server, the mod that we're using at the moment, you don't use nails to build, but you need to put nails into your computer to keep your base alive. And if you run out of nails, you lose your base. So this wipe is all about nails. And never having enough of them. Ah, Willie, happy Thanksgiving. Not for me, not our world, but same to you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Different area of the world, but certainly to you. Happy Thanksgiving, mate. And to anyone American watching this back on the VOD, happy Thanksgiving, guys. From a brother from across the pond. Wow, that's amazing. Was it really good? Afraid we've still got a door. About to find out. Okay, so we've lost our box of loot. Okay, that's not good news. Okay, I just need to do an announcement to everybody. On a plus point, we've still got 11 hours, or 1 day and 11 hours before my base despawns, but we've lost our loot, which is shit. that we're going to be going to the trader whether we like it or not. We'll need another box of nails and some tools and hope that metal survives until we get back. Yeah, I had one here, mate. Like the big one. Like the massive wooden crate that you could hold like 300 items in. Basically... that one there, which was 20 planks and 35 nails. And it's despawned with everything inside it. So I can't risk players making them and them despawning for obvious reasons. Because what we'll end up with is lots and lots of tickets of people going, it's deleted, I want my loot back. Yeah. I would wish they were. The baby crates will work. The vanilla crates will be fine. Nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. They're just not syncing. As I said, we will not be having this base building mod next wipe. Right then, off to Trader we have to go. Yeah. Yeah, the small vanilla crates will be alright. I'll do a, when I finish the stream, I'll do a picture up in the Discord of the crate I mean. And say these aren't working. You haven't like until tomorrow morning to get rid of them, because that's when the mod will be removed. And then I'll reduce the price of barrels. So people, I know they have to walk the barrels home, but I'll increase the amount of barrels in the world and reduce their price. Unfortunately, 1.26 has caused issues for mods. Oh, you bloody game. Thank you. Everything works so well with 1.25. And now you need a degree in C++ to be able to make mods work. And it is really annoying because people like good base building mods, and the servers that have them working just, they know what they're doing, and I really don't know where I'm going wrong. We're only 2 weeks from white, and then it will be solved, because we won't have this base building mod anymore. And I've got a lot more stuff coming for you guys next white. I'm going to be on leave. I've got those 2 days. I'm wiping on the Friday, but I can build the server in the background, a lot of the stuff on the Thursday, because I'm off work. And the server will be up by the Sunday at the very latest, probably the Saturday. And then I'm off for 3 weeks, so if there's a problem, I can fix it quickly. But there won't be, because we're just going to have vanilla. Well, sort of. What we're using will allow us not to have vanilla storage. We can have other storage that will work, because we're going to use expansion base build and expansion storage, so the two things are linked together better. The red flag and the white flag is a red herring, John. It's just, it doesn't work properly because it's a mod that, while amazing when it's working, when it's not working, it gives everyone fear all the time. I mean, my door then had a red flag on it. Yesterday, when I flew back and checked and then flew out again because someone else had a problem and I needed to see whether it was working on my build, had a white flag on. There's still enough nails there. It just doesn't seem to be syncing correctly, which is why we're not going to have it. We can't. I just can't. I wish I was a programmer now. I wish I'd had the intelligence to write the code. But I can't afford to pay anyone else to do it. Yeah. So we just have to live with what we got, unfortunately. As I said, wife will be in 2 weeks. We won't be on Shikao anymore, more than likely. Just because I can put more content in for you guys. We can have survivor missions, as I said before, with the radios. So there's stuff to do. We can still have snow like this. We can still have it cold. We can still have difficult zombies and helicopters that have AI on them. And a trader that is not a safe zone. All that can be in place. And it will be. But it's obviously, I don't want to overload the place with mods. We're at 23 mods at the moment. We're just going to lose that crate. That'll drop it down to 22. I'm not going to add anything else in to replace it. We'll just get that one out, and I'll up the amount of barrels spawning in the world. Also make them cheaper on the trader. So people have an option. I won't make nails any cheaper though, because that's a fair thing for it to happen, you know. Nails are cheap enough at $100 each. We've reduced the amount of how much you get for animal pelts because how easy it is to farm animals to get money. How many people are on the server at the moment? Is it worth removing it now to solve the problem? No, there's 2 of us on. Yeah, exactly. They're just temperamental. But I don't like temperamental. It makes people worry and they open tickets, and that's the last thing we all need. But as I said, expansion build next time. So you'll need nails to build rather than nails to keep your flag alive. Conventional flag, but expansion flag, so you can build it instantly, but you won't get any nails back when you dismantle it, because we'll use expansion base building and I don't need to load extra mods for it. So it reduces the amount of mods we need on the server. Build anywhere, so apart from the trader, so you can build inside castles or live over water if you wish to. You might, and this is only a might, there is no guarantee, so don't take this as a it's going to happen. I might put the gyrocopter in. So the 1-person little gyrocopter you can fly around, but you'll have to pay very good money for it if we have that in. So then you can fly around the map, but in a position that you can get shot down. Because they fly low, they fly loud, they fly slow, they don't have any protection. And I can't guarantee that yet. I haven't decided whether we're going to have boats or the gyrocopter. To get to the oil rigs. Because you won't want to be swimming with temperatures like this. Thanks, Jack. Enjoy, and thank you for being here. It's always appreciated. So we might have boats next, White, or we might have the gyrocopter to get to the oil rigs. And obviously the oil rigs will have loot chests on them. It's actually a really good idea, actually. Have 3 oil rigs with 3 crates. Keys spawning all over, but the only place you can use the keys are on the oil rigs to get to the loot. So then you have to buy a heli to be able to get to the oil rigs. It's not a bad idea. I quite like that idea. Good thinking, Goblin. Good thinking. So players are going to have to loot and save up a lot to be able to get to the oil rig. But the reward would be worth it. Okay, John. Fucking reindeer. I'd seen it earlier. Hi, Ashes. So we want a box of nails and a hatchet or hammer is what we're after. Oh, it would still be evil. It would still be evil because the cost implication would be a nightmare, and it wouldn't be a vehicle that would protect you against being shot at. Let's be honest. But it is possible we could do it. Would I load a complete mod just for one vehicle? That is the question. Depends how big the mod is and how much space we have. But having the gyrocopter in would be quite fun. Just make it a buyable only and make it bloody expensive. And it would mean that people would, when they build their bases, would have to worry about raiding from above. Now, the scariest bit on the entire map now, isn't it? Going into the trader. I'm nowhere. I can't believe the amount of loot I lost in that box. Good weapons, body armor, a good rucksack, building kit, first aid kit. Yeah, it's my shed. His tree's up there somewhere, isn't it? And seeing I didn't do any building on this trader, this is the hardest trader we've had yet. Yeah, ouch. I blame the server owner. He's a bastard, that server owner. Does everything he can to try and kill you. Yeah, I haven't either. But you probably won't till you get pushed into tier 4. Because I've made them... I've taken them into higher tier. Because you don't have access to a whale there. You're more likely to encounter players after better weapons. Getting a gas zombie is going to be hell. With the flash zombies, you're more likely to experience down here. Because that, by its very nature, knocks you out. And you might wake up to find yourself tied up and no loot. And no clothes. Wouldn't go that far. So the question, can you carry a sea chest in your rucksack, has now been answered. So actually, I might just keep the barrels the same price and reduce the... sea chests are cheap enough. So just replace, take the mod out. Because you can always run sea chests home. I've said they'll be reduced, they have to be reduced. Flashbangs are bad enough after just need to run around aimlessly so the rest get drawn in, don't get you. The flashbang ones are great. I love having... and I've been quite kind. I've not yet ever put a proper hand grenade on a zombie. Because we could do it with hand grenades rather than flash grenades. And that way, the zombie would blow up. And you'd lose 50% of your health and have broken legs. And I haven't done that yet. So, I've never seen a need for it yet. But the code's in place for it. I've just never deployed it. Believe me, there are 2 zombies that have set with the hand grenades on every wipe. But the chance of them spawning is set to 0%. And if the server ever became full, then I'd set them to like a 50% chance of them spawning. So it would keep the player's site being cycled. Yeah, that craft crate is not what you want to be using, mate. They're the ones that don't work. Or the ones that don't last. So forget the craft crates, just vanilla. We know vanilla works. And it's not ideal, but it's what it is. I might even give you the filtered water bottle on next wipe, because you could use it for normal water then. As in, you can find it on the ground and then you wouldn't need purification tablets. No metal poisoning to worry about, but it would work with normal water. And we can have the briefcase on next wipe, even though we're not on Sakau, with the key. And we can set that up as loot somewhere. Exactly. But it would certainly be interesting, wouldn't it? Best mechanic I ever found that we can do it in vanilla. No mod needed to be added for it. It's so nice. And maybe rather than loot chest, we'll just run the vanilla suitcase as our loot chest. I could have 3 spawning points for the suitcase. And in there I could put high tier loot. Might be quite a nice way of doing it. And then the keys for the loot for that would spawn in. It would reduce the amount of mods we needed and still have a loot chest-ish. Oh god, we're losing health. Right, it's enough. Put the cold off. That's good. There we go. If only that was a piece of fish. Might not be making it out of this one, guys. Let's do the sensible thing. And hopefully we can get back to our body. That'll be a no then. Oh, fucking rubber banding or what? I'm good, thank you. How are you? And welcome to the chat. How long have I been playing the game? Nearly 5 years. Total of nearly 6,000 hours. That's that problem dealt with. I know what's about to come. That is the standard sales pitch from the Chinese. That will be followed with a few other bits and pieces. And would you like some icons? I run a small business. I've seen that patter so many times. Right, go for it. The mad dash home. I don't think I'll make this. Right over the top. Yeah, Yeah, it normally goes, hello, how are you? How long have you been playing this game? I then say, have you ever played this game? They say no. They make small talk for about 10 minutes and then hit you with a sales pitch, which I have no interest in. I count this as my business channel. You don't walk into someone else's business and sell your wares. And it's just a script. And there are certain Chinese websites, dropshipping websites for graphics and things for using in streaming. And if you go in there and sign up with them, they give you the sales pattern to use. So, and it's cookie cutted. So they're all exactly the same. If I want emotes, I'll either make them myself or I'll buy them from somewhere that I choose to buy them from, not someone that tries to sell them to me over my channel. And that's it dealt with. When I was on Kick, you used to have, for people to chat, you could have terms and conditions. And I put in there like a little blurb that said words to the effect of, if you advertise your products on my channel, I reserve the right to charge you 15 UK pounds for advertising on my business model. And people would come in and start their sales pitch, and I'd go, oh, who should I send the invoice to? And they'd be like, what invoice? We're like, well, you agreed that if you chatted on this channel, yep. So you agreed that I can bill you at £15 per advert. You've just put an advert in. This is brilliant. I'll send you the invoice now. And I'd PayPal it straight over to their address. Right, here you go. Here's your advert. You don't walk into Tesco's and open up a shop in the entrance saying, here, I'd like to sell the following items. Now, go into a supermarket, in the door, try and sell items that you've got. Nah, doesn't happen. Not interested. Now, it's different if they come to me and say, you've got 500 subs, would you like to advertise a product? We'll pay you X amount of dollars to advertise it. It's a different conversation. The conversation I might be open to. Might stream some Stalker 2 tomorrow night. I've got one save slot for the saved stuff, which is ultra hard mode, which is what I'm doing the series on. But I might do a stream on regular. See? You will see how tired I am when I get home from work tomorrow. Been waking up at 4 AM all this week. It's been horrible. And not been able to get back to sleep. And of course, by this point, nearly 9 o'clock at night, I'm burnt out. But if I go to bed now, then I'll be awake at 4 AM again. So I'm trying to force myself to stay up. Try and get a normal sleep pattern back. Be okay when I'm on leave, because I've got 3.5 weeks off nearly. So by the time that'll give me enough time to sort my sleep pattern out. Talking ahead, there probably won't be a stream next Tuesday because we've got our works to do. Well, we're going out for a meal. And because of who I work for, that'll probably involve alcohol. Well, it will involve alcohol. 100%. A lonely run, this, isn't it? And we've got to work Wednesday still. And I've got a long day to work Wednesday. So we'll be going out at 11 o'clock Tuesday morning. And then I've got to drink all afternoon. I haven't got to, but it's a game. And then I'll be working on like a 14-hour day Wednesday. I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be hard going. But I might not drink. I haven't decided yet. I might just go for the meal and then not drink. I know my body would have despawned by the time I get there. Oh, buggery. Was that a bear making strange noises? It is on this server, isn't it? Need that to go to blue to white. They might be bugged. Yeah, I realise that. We don't have a lot of choice though, do we? Those nails. And I might be lucky on a trigger. You never know. No, I'm not. Yeah, I hear you, Mr. fucking Wolf. I only have to make it 500 meters. I'm going to end the stream there, guys. There's no point me continuing. I will see you again soon. Remember, if you've got a goblin in your sights, don't bite.